Hello, everyone. Good morning. Today is Monday, March 16th, 2026 at 08:59. And today we have our day 1 severe weather outlook to look at for today. And boy, is it a busy one. It's basically the same thing we went over yesterday. Today we have a moderate risk that encompasses parts of north central South Carolina, central North Carolina, central Virginia, going into central Maryland, including Washington, D.C. We have an enhanced risk that encompasses parts of central Pennsylvania, most of Delaware, parts of eastern Maryland, and western Maryland as well. We got western and eastern Virginia, western and eastern North Carolina, much of South Carolina, and parts of eastern Georgia under the in extreme northern Florida under the enhanced risk. We have parts of central to northern Florida, southeastern Alabama, central Georgia, western South Carolina, western North Carolina, western Virginia, eastern West Virginia, western Maryland, going into central Pennsylvania, into central New York State, as well as into central New Jersey. And we have a marginal risk that encompasses parts of New York State, western Connecticut, eastern New Jersey, going into western Maryland, eastern West Virginia, western North Carolina, western South Carolina, central Georgia, going into southeastern Alabama, western Florida Panhandle, and going into parts of southern Florida as well. So today is a busy day today, so let's go ahead and see what we've got for today. Today we have a 30% hatched that encompasses, for a tornado threat today, that encompasses parts of north central South Carolina, central North Carolina, central Virginia, into central Maryland, including Washington, D.C. We have a 10% hatched encompassing parts of central and southern Pennsylvania, going into eastern Maryland, parts of western and eastern Virginia, western and eastern North Carolina, much of South Carolina, eastern Georgia, and extreme northern Florida. We have a 5% hatch that encompasses parts of northern Florida, parts of extreme southeastern Alabama, central Georgia, western South Carolina, western North Carolina, western Virginia, most of Delaware, going into central Pennsylvania, going into central New York State. And we have a 2% that encompasses parts of central New York State, going into western New Jersey, through central Pennsylvania, parts of extreme eastern West Virginia, western Virginia, western North Carolina, western South Carolina, central Georgia, and southeastern Alabama, as well as parts of northern and central Florida. So we do have those areas under a 2%. So keep in mind the hatching means that it is a level 1, so we could see a EF2 plus tornado in any given area. So we have Jacksonville, Baltimore, Charlotte, Washington, D.C., and Virginia Beach under the SIG 1. We have Washington, D.C., Raleigh, Durham, Richmond, and Arlington under the 30%. Baltimore, Charlotte, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and Greensboro under the 15%. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Greenville, Macon, and Roanoke under the 5%. And Philadelphia, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Orlando, and Syracuse under the 2%. So like I said, for the 30%, we could see a EF3 tornado possible today. For the 15%, we could see a EF2 tornado possible today. For the 5%, we could see an EF1 tornado possible today. And for the 2%, we could see a brief EF0 tornado possible today. Another significant thing, the wind. We have a 60% encompassing parts of north central South Carolina, central North Carolina, central Virginia, going into central Maryland, including Washington, D.C. We have a 45% that encompasses parts of southern and central Pennsylvania, as well as most of Delaware and parts of eastern Maryland, western and eastern Virginia, western and eastern North Carolina, and going into central South Carolina. And we have a 30% that encompasses parts of eastern Georgia, central South Carolina, going through eastern North Carolina, actually most North Carolina, and most of Virginia as well, going into western parts of Maryland, through central Pennsylvania into western New Jersey, going into central New York State. We have a 15% that encompasses parts of central New York State, going into eastern New Jersey, western Pennsylvania, western Maryland, western Virginia, eastern West Virginia, western North Carolina, western South Carolina, central Georgia, southeastern Alabama, and northern to central Florida. And we have a 5% that encompasses parts of central and northern Florida. We have parts of western Florida Panhandle, southeastern Alabama, central Georgia, western South Carolina, western North Carolina, western Virginia, eastern West Virginia, parts of western Pennsylvania, going into western New York State, through central New York State, going into western Connecticut, eastern New Jersey, and that basically is it. So we do have the wind outlook here, so it's pretty significant today. So we have Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, Raleigh, and Norfolk under the SIG 1. We have Washington, D.C., Raleigh, Durham, Richmond, and Arlington under the 60%. Philadelphia, Baltimore, Charlotte, Norfolk, and Greensboro under the 45%. Virginia Beach, Savannah, Charleston, Wilmington, and Roanoke under the 30%. Jacksonville, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Orlando, and Tallahassee under the 15%. And New York, Miami, Newark, Jersey City, and Hialeah under the 5%. So very significant. 60% we could see 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts, maybe even 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible today. For the 45%, we could see 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible today. For the 30%, we could also see 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible today. 15% we could see 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible today. And 5% we could see 60 to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible today. So please be mindful of that today. Going into the hail threat, we have a 5% that encompasses parts of central to northern Florida, southeastern Alabama, central to eastern Georgia, central to eastern South Carolina, central to eastern North Carolina, central to eastern Virginia, eastern West Virginia, most of Maryland, Washington, D.C., southern through central Pennsylvania, and southern New York State. So and parts of Delaware as well. Barely, actually. So we do have those areas under a 5% hail risk. So we have Jacksonville, Baltimore, Charlotte, Washington, D.C., and Miami under the 5%. So we could see 1 to 2 inch diameter hail possible in the 5% area today. Going into the summary for today, it says, fast-moving thunderstorms may become widespread and accompanied by the risk for damaging wind gusts and a few tornadoes across the mid-Atlantic today. There is a potential that a couple of storms could become capable of producing strong and long-track tornadoes. So I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe today. There's today's hail risk. There's today's wind risk. There's today's tornado risk. And there's today's day 1 outlook. So I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe today. Yes, even though you may be in the marginal, you still want to remain weather aware and safe, as you never know what these storms could do in the marginals. Anyway, please stay safe today if you are in the affected area, especially in your higher end threats. And I will see you in the next video. Chances are, if there is an outlook after this, Johnny Thunder, EAS, and weather may have to fill in for me, because I won't have power. Anyway, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.